Huh. Okay. That appears to be zoomed in a lot more than I thought it would be. Oh, that works. Okay. All right. Hey, everyone. Matt Cribbs here. Hey, that was sudden. Matt Cribbs here. And we are in my car. Welcome to another Wednesday morning drive. Hope everything is going okay. I'm doing great. So yeah, last week we had a little bit of difficulty, and I have sun in my eyes. We had a little bit of difficulty. Turns out, didn't know about it, hadn't tried it before, but apparently I don't have enough cell phone signal between where I'm driving from, my home, and where I'm driving to work to actually get, to actually stream the entire way. So, you know, I had mentioned it a few times while I was recording last week, and I think it actually all got cut out because I got little notices that said, well, I don't know what they said exactly because I was driving and not reading them. But I got little notices that popped up, and I shut them down. I restarted the stream a couple times and, you know, tried to get what I could get. But that, you know, that ended up with a lot of stuff just not getting cut out. I took the stuff that did make it to YouTube, cut them together into a video, and that's what you have for last week. Yikes, it's bright. I cannot wait until fall is over. Actually, that's not true. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season of the year. I was born in the fall. You have Halloween in the fall, which is amazing. It just happened. Happy Halloween. The weather is perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. Downsides, I used to get horrible allergies in the fall back where I grew up. Since I've moved out here to the East Coast, they disappeared. Either because I'm older or the plants are different, I don't know. But they're not there anymore. So that's the thing. But anyway, the other downside of the fall is that where the sun aligns and the time where the sun is at the time of day that I am driving means it is directly in my eyes for a large part of it, which kind of stinks. But hey, making the best I can. I'm either going to be really bright or really in the dark. Still working on that camera angle to try and get that. But hey, it's a thing. So yes, other than that, so technical difficulties last week. Things didn't appear on the side. Everything didn't make it. Sorry about that. Trying again today. I'm actually just recording this local to the phone, and I'm going to upload it once I get to work. Now, as you noticed when I hopped in here, the zoom, whoops, look at my hand, the zoom in record mode is different than when I was setting up the shot, so it looks a little weird. But you know what, it'll work for now. You can see my face when it's not in the total sunlight. You can see the view out the window, which I think might be kind of cool. You can see some things go by as I'm doing it. But let me know what you'd like to be able to do. I think eventually I'm going to buy a new dock connector, not dock, phone holder thingy, device mount that will hold the phone in a better angle than the one I have, which relies on plugging into the air vents of the car to be able to hold the phone in. So I'm limited on the placement, but we'll find something that works. If you're curious, I drive a Honda Civic, 2000 something, 7 maybe, I don't know. It's a good car. I like it. It's reliable. It gets me back and forth. But the dashboard is not flat anywhere. There is no flatness on this dashboard in front of me. So where I'm going to put a mount is something that is somewhat of a concern. Google pictures of Honda Civic mid 2000s dashboard, and you'll see what I mean. It's not flat at all. There's a CD holder over here, CD thing over there, which of course I never use, but maybe that, I don't know. We'll figure something out. Let me know what angles you'd like to see. Hopefully I'll get something and it'll work. Blah, blah, blah. Logistics, no one cares about it. So, I'm gonna upload this when I get into the office, but today that will be a little bit later than it normally will. So far I'm 0 for 2 on having this actually work the way I was planning. Because today I'm not actually going into work right away. See, shadow, nice, that works better. I'm not actually going into work right away today. I am going to be deposed. I am going to, and it sounds terrifying, I am an evil dictator of a nation, and I abuse my people, and I'm going to be deposed. No, it is a legal thing. It is a deposition. Basically, things are happening in organizations I used to be involved with, blah, blah, blah. Details don't really matter. But this thing has gone to the legal system, and I had received a document, a subpoena. It sounds so official. And basically I have to just go and be asked questions by a lawyer while another lawyer sits there and does things. Hopefully they'll say I object, and no, they won't say circumstantial or anything like that. It's not a trial. I'm just being, basically it's that if you ever see the best analogy, and I'm not a lawyer, so I'm probably butchering it all completely, but in my understanding, the best way it can be summed up is it's like if you've ever seen a courtroom drama, which if you've ever been to a real courthouse, it's not like it is on TV. It's not as dramatic. It's mostly just kind of dull people talking to each other. But instead of having the witness actually in the same room as the judge, and the two lawyers on either side standing there, and the judge up front, and the witness, and crossing, and all that, basically what it is, and how the sun is right there. Washout. You can see how white I am. This face does not tan. I go from white to red to bright white again. But anyway. So instead of cross-examine and all that stuff, you sit in a room and the two lawyers just do the talking and questioning and interview, as it were, separate outside of the courthouse. So yay, that gets to happen this morning. Super looking forward to it. Yeah, you know what? It's a thing that has to happen. It's not my place to say whether it's valuable or not. I just need to go show up and answer whatever they ask me to the best of my ability. So, yay. It'll be fun. It'll actually be kind of fun in a way because, I'm a technologist. I was a programmer, and now I run a team of programmers. And so a lot of what I do for work is pretty technical. But lawyers are obviously not programmers, and neither are judges. Although I bet programmers would make pretty good judges because logic and breaking down problems. But anyway, they don't necessarily grasp technology fully or to the depth that a programmer does. So a lot of the things I may, and I don't really know if it'll get very deep or any of that, but a lot of what happens today might be explaining technology concepts to non-technology people, which is actually a big part of my job and a big thing I have to do. Like, if you're explaining Minecraft to someone who doesn't play Minecraft, or gaming to someone who's not a gamer, you have to come up with analogies that fit into the things they do know. And I actually think that's a lot of fun. How can I take this problem that exists in a thing I know and explain it to someone who doesn't know anything about it? And it's kind of a fun game to try and figure out the best way to do that explanation. So once sometimes you get it wrong. The famous internet is a series of tubes thing that someone said, I don't know, look it up. Politician, someone said internet tubes. Everyone laughed at him because obviously the internet is not a series of tubes. And, you know, it seemed in the way he said it that he didn't really get that it wasn't that way. It was an analogy. And actually, it's not a bad analogy if you take it that way. Like, it is plumbing. You always talk about the plumbing of the internet. Like, the Ethernet cables connect, they're the pipe that goes from your computer into your router, and then, okay, it gets a little weird with Wi-Fi because pipes don't have wireless pipes. That would be cool. Wireless plumbing. Wireless toilets. I want my wireless poop and stuff. That would be funny. I wonder if there'd be a smell with that. That would be bad. But anyway, you know, it's not a bad analogy. Series of tubes to describe the way the internet works. But it falls down when people rely on their analogy too much to explain something, and they confuse the analogy for reality. Because, you know, since it's not actually what you're talking about, there are necessarily things that are different about it. And so if you try to make assumptions or conclusions or judgments based on the analogy, you might get it wrong because the analogy may break down. But anyway, I think it's fun. I think it's kind of cool. And the way you have to explain things. I'm trying to think of a good one I had come up with. But you know, I don't really think there is one. Oh, and apologies if you can hear that little squeak still going on. I had mentioned it last time, but I think it got cut off in the footage. Last week, right before, actually Tuesday night, before I was about to record, my car started making a horrible, horrible squeak. And turns out, I was pretty sure what it is, but one of the belts is going, getting a little old, so it's slipping on the wheels and it's squeaking. And I have a appointment to, the car needs service anyway. I have an appointment to go take it in and get it all fixed up. But, you know, hasn't happened yet, just for scheduling. And so, you know, I took a temporarily belt lubricator lotion thing, which has reduced the squeak. It's not a long-term fix. I know that. It's not supposed to be a long-term fix. It's just supposed to keep things from being annoying until I get the car in to get it fixed. And that will happen very, very soon. So not worried about that. Everything's safe. Remember, safety third. Always important. So far, I'm getting to work out okay. So yeah, that's my morning. To go speak in analogies about a lot of things, really cool. And then I'll head in and go to the rest of the work. So other things that are going on, game related, Ryotcraft related. We should talk about that. Yesterday, my final episode of Ryotcraft Vanilla Season 2. Ish. We called it Season 2. There's a whole history. If we ever get, you know, big enough and there's a Ryotcraft wiki, any fans out there, more than welcome to set up a Ryotcraft wiki. I'm sure you can interview us and we'll give you our view and you can make it, and that would be awesome. I think that's better as a community project anyway. But yeah, so Ryotcraft, anyway, if that ever exists, history of that. Can go in, maybe if you want to, we can go into a whole history of Ryotcraft, one of these Wednesday morning drives. I can talk about that, although it's not that long, so it might be a short one. But anyway, Season 2, the last season, the Oasis server ended, and it was fun. It was a great server. There was a story mode by Anthony. Hey, it's Anthony, AW Plays, man of what is the right name for me, but it's pretty cool. And that will be, he did a lot of great work on the server with the story mode, and getting that to go. and this is an awkward corner for me to go right now, so sorry, had to pay attention. But yes, story mode was awesome. The plot was great. It was really fun. It was very cool. Having the map customized so that we started in the desert really was fun in the beginning, and it got us, a lot of cool stuff going on. But as you've heard, as many of us have said in the videos, for some reason, it didn't work the way we were planning. And you know what? It was the first time I had really done that specific thing to maps on Minecraft. I've messed around with custom maps and stuff, but it didn't work. And I suppose we can go into a little bit of what we did to get it to work, because this is kind of behind the scenes. So what we envisioned was well, before we go into that, didn't work. The game was dragging, resources were so hard to get, and so we decided, you know what, Halloween, let's start over. 1.9's coming out. We're not going to start on 1.9, we'll start on 1.8, but as soon as it's stable and ready to go and there's no risk of corrupting worlds, we'll switch over. Awesome stuff. We're really excited. Next season's going to be amazing. Really super excited. And I'm thinking my cube base from season 1, when it was Shell MC, may come back. I never actually got a chance to finish that. But I think this one, that's kind of what I have in plan. Do it, actually finish that base design off. So really cool. So anyway, what happened with the construction of the Ryotcraft vanilla map? The vision we had was we would start in the desert, this core area that had almost no resources. And we would have to, through the story, get resources through the story mode and do that to kind of, grow and progress. And then outside of that, we wanted a more, still kind of deserty, maybe some plains come in, and less resources than vanilla, but not totally barren. And then outside of that, we wanted the world to just be normal world gen. And so in order to do that, we found a seed that we liked, and we made a map with large biomes and the custom map settings in Minecraft. You can go to custom world and do that, and we set the origin to how we wanted it. And then we rendered that map and rendered that core area. Then I took that map, took it into MC Edit, added in the comet thing, watch the videos to see what they were, the comet thing and the oasis, and put that in the map. Then we put that map on the server and truncated it just to the chunks we wanted to be that low origin. We put that map on the server, changed the settings of the server config to bump up the origin to what we wanted, and then we rendered out the bigger area by just walking around, got a little command block script to basically teleport a player out to pre-render all the chunks of that expanded outer core area. So if you think of it as inner core, outer core, and then the rest of the world. So we pre-genned the two areas that were the main core and then the outer core, or the inner core and outer core, where the reduced origin was supposed to be. Then we took that map, truncated it just the chunks we wanted, downloaded it, MC edited to truncate that. Then I put the server, changed the settings of the server to use the same seed, not large biomes, and standard, actually a little higher than standard origin settings, and made that the map of the server. So that theoretically, if I would have just started the server up there, it would be the same seed, except a little bit higher than normal origin. Set the settings that way, copied the pre-genned map core over to the server, and then started it up. And my understanding of how that should work is that, the pre-gen chunks would be the pre-gen chunks with the lower origin, with the settings they were at the time they were generated. And then once we went beyond that and the world started generating new chunks, it would use the settings on the server with the higher origin to generate those new chunks. As far as I understand it, that's the way Minecraft World Gen works. I may not understand it correctly, because that doesn't seem to be what happened. Even when we went outside the world, we still had large biomes, extremely. I mean, we had them, and we still had reduced origin. So it seemed to me that the settings that the world was generated in were somehow stored in that core of the pre-gen map, and it wasn't reading them from the actual settings file on the server. Maybe that is the way it works. I don't know. That's what the symptoms look like to me. I didn't look into the actual code of Minecraft World Gen. I could, but I didn't take that much effort. I couldn't find anything online that went into those details of how it should have worked with the process we had. So pretty much all we have is what we found through the experimentation and how things look, the symptoms, as it were. So anyway, that's what happened with the World Gen and why it didn't work, and what we tried to do, what we did, and how it actually turned out. So, I mean, if anyone has experimented with that, you know, feel free to let me know. Let us know what we screwed up. We're not going to do it again. This next season is just going to be pure vanilla World Gen. I think we found a seed with some cool features around the spawn. That'll be awesome. And we're going to go do some of that. So, yeah. Also, I mean, we wanted to get the season up and running, so we experimented for a while and we did some testing, but, you know, we were limited on the amount of time. I'm sure if we sat down and I did nothing but debug the way this map gen worked, I could figure it out, but, you know, if I was doing that, I wouldn't be making content, unless maybe I'll make a video of doing that. Maybe I'll do a lessons learned video and say, if you want to actually do a world like the Oasis world was supposed to be, except working, this is how you do it. I don't know. Could be fun. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I think that's probably a good wrapping point for today's drive. I think it's interesting. Looking forward to the next season that will of vanilla Minecraft, which is funny because I'm not actually usually all that big on playing vanilla, but I'm a modded player, and I'm also looking at some other games I want to play. You know, Minecraft's awesome and stuff, but sometimes it's a bit much. So looking to do some other things on that. If you have any ideas you'd like to see me play, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I think I have some good ideas of my own. We can talk about that later too. Season 3 is going to be awesome, though. I'm pumped about it. I think it's just been so long since I've really done vanilla. I got a little taste on the Season 1. Season 2, I didn't really do all that much building, but I think this one, I got a cool idea, and I'm excited to do that one. Map for Season 2 will be available on the Ryotcraft website, www.ryotcraft.com. So if you want to take a look at what we did, go view it there. I'll tweet out when it's up. And yeah, until I see you again, have a good day, enjoy, and I will talk to you later. Bye.